Here's a leadership truth that's probably going to sting a little bit. Your team doesn't need another pep talk. They need proof. And proof doesn't come from passion. It comes from consistency. You see, the brain values consistency even more than it values being right. That's why people keep repeating habits that don't even work, because identity demands alignment. So if you want to change behavior in yourself or in your team, don't change minds, change patterns, because consistency and not intensity is what creates influence that lasts on yourself and on your team. I'm Chris Hunsaker, and this is the Dealership War Room, Leadership Fire, 7 minutes, built daily, fueled intentionally, and delivered relentlessly. And today, let's talk about why small commitments beat big speeches every time. John's running his Saturday morning huddle. He is fired up, big goals, high energy. They even have a 10-car Sunday. Then by Tuesday, crickets. No accountability, no follow-up, no measurement. And the team, they've seen this movie before, right? It's like hypermotivation on Monday, and then fatigue on Wednesday. And Friday, it's just frustration. You've seen this before? Here's the problem. Without consistency, influence dies. People do not trust intensity. They trust pattern recognition. Dr. Robert Cialdini calls this the commitment and consistency principle. Once someone makes a public commitment to something, they will go to great lengths to maintain consistency with whatever that public commitment was, especially if it aligns with their identity. So as a leader, your job isn't to inspire once. It's to create daily alignment. And that's why I teach everyone that I coach what I call the commitment ladder. It's how you turn talk into traction. The commitment ladder has 4 rungs: ask, write, make public, track. That's the commitment ladder. Let's dive into each one of those. Number 1, ask. Get verbal commitment. Clear, personal, specific. Can you get those repair orders cleaned up by 2 p.m.? Don't assume commitment. Extract it. Number 2, write it. Have them note it down on a whiteboard, in a notebook, on a piece of paper, but get it written down, because what's written becomes real. Number 3, make it public. Move the commitment into the light. When people declare or commit in public, accountability goes through the roof. You know this yourself, because it's exactly, you have done things you didn't want to do because you made a public commitment. And that's why morning huddles, that's why scoreboards work, because they socialize commitment. The 4th rung is tracked. Follow up, document it. What gets tracked gets done. What gets ignored gets forgotten. Every rung on the ladder reinforces the one before it. And as you climb it every day, then consistency becomes your culture. Now here's the leadership twist. Your people are constantly watching you, and they're watching your follow-up, because they're seeing, do you follow up? Do you follow through? Do you have consistency? Because they are going to follow your consistency far more than they're going to follow your command. Because if we keep saying influence isn't about control, it's about credibility through repetition, because they're going to follow you. You want your team to show up early? You got to show up early. You want your team to hit their numbers? Then you need to hit your numbers. You want your team to care about your customers? They need to see you, feel you caring about the customers in hard and difficult situations. And I will tell you that Bob learned this the hard way, because he started posting his leadership targets on the same board that his team used. And all of a sudden now, accountability wasn't something he demanded, it was something that he modeled. And that changed everything. In a few months, the numbers started to move. He hit record retention, profitability went up. Every metric you can look at started to move. Why? Because he put himself in the arena. He posted his leadership targets right next to their targets, so that every day he's modeling the very accountability he's asking from his people. But he's not standing on Management Mountain yelling at them and demanding them to go do something. He's looking back over his shoulder in the same trench, in the same mud, and said, follow me. That is leadership. So let's cross the execution bridge and move from insight into action, and from theory to transformation. So here's what I'd like you to do is pick one micro commitment that you can make for the next 7 days. It has to be simple, visible, repeatable, trackable, something simple. It could be making sure that you have a 10-minute morning huddle with your advisors every single morning. It might be making sure that you get all your numbers done by 9 a.m. each morning. But I know something has already come to mind as you've been listening to me. That's the thing. Write that down. Make that one commitment, and then let your team see you model how to follow through on that commitment. But whatever it is, start small and stay consistent, because momentum isn't built in miles. It's built in inches walked daily. And that's where the power lies. The power of consistency is this: it turns noise into signal, because your team isn't going to remember what you said last Friday, but they will never forget what you do every day. If you want frameworks that make consistency automatic, systems, dashboards, tools that will absolutely dial in your consistency, then I invite you to join us in the Velocity Mastermind, where we help you turn micro habits into massive results. Go ahead and click on the link in the description here, and it'll take you to our page and show you exactly what we do inside the Velocity Mastermind. And I invite you to come spend some time with us and dial in your business, dial in your consistency. But for today, go out, do the bridge, pick that one micro commitment, 7 days, create some leadership fire, and I'll see you tomorrow in the Dealership War Room.